Hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for finding time once again. Karibuni sana, praise Jesus. And my name is Ivy. If it is the first time watching me, welcome. You can call me V. I deal with bills, I supply, and I also open. So today I'm here again to give you some advice. Actually not advices, but to give you tips on how you're going to improve your sales in your shop. So I've been talking about this, but I think I've never pinpointed the exact things you're supposed to do. So I'll be doing more of the one-on-ones now, but I'll also be mixing with the opening of bills time to time. So if you're here, feel free, ask any question. If you feel you want to ask any question, you can call me also 0712 929 633 or 0748 670 556. All those are my official number. And make sure when you're ordering a bill for me, please make sure you're talking to me directly. Sawa, make sure you're talking to me directly. I repeat my location. I'm in Kitale, not Gikomba, Kitale town, but deliveries are done countrywide. So feel free to order. But again, also, you have to have that confidence in somebody that you're ordering so that I don't get the pressure along the way. Sawa sawa. But feel free. So today I'm here now to talk about it. And if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe and don't skip the ads. They help our channel. So most of you maybe have been doing the same thing that you've been doing last year, and now we're in a new year and we thank God for the gift of life. If you're watching this, thank God for the gift of life. We really take it for granted, but there's so many people we knew they're not here, so sometimes it's devastating. So we usually take things for granted. Even just opening that business, you think it is your right. It's not your right. That is something that you can never repay God, even if you start paying him now. So always be thankful. I usually say stop complaining and always give thanks. That is where the blessings come. Anyway, aside from that, so for me, I was saying there's some things that you need to do different from last year. For example, now we are talking about our displays, how we are going to, it's how we are going to entice clients in this year. Enticing ni ile kuvutia. How you're going to entice clients. So I think the first point there should be display. If you've not really worked on your display, I usually say dummies, they do the work for us, they do justice for us, because sometimes hangers, they are best inside the shop, but outside the dummies, the dummies, the juakali ones, or the plastic dummies, they do justice for displaying our clothes. If you're not able to afford the plastic dummy, you can go for the juakali type of wires. They also work also. And I'm really thankful that as somebody who started with the juakali hangers, I was not able to purchase a dummy. I think that time dummy was around 15 or 1800. So for me, I started with the wire ones, but they used to display nguo vizuri. So I used to sell also. So start with where you are, but I'm just saying that for your display to help you move your clothes at a faster rate, you need to have the dummies. They really do justice. They give the customer the type of view they need to see that dress so that they can buy. Or you can go at an extent. If you're doing online, you can go at an extent, wear those clothes so that other people can see how they can, maybe their body can fit in those clothes. Sawa. And if you have a good body, sometimes it's also a good opportunity for you, because everyone will think dress itawatoa evil, but in some cases it won't evil, but at the end of the day, you'll have make sales. So don't just do something different this year. If you've not been wearing clothes and posting, try and do it this year. Sometimes it even looks better in a human body than the plastic dummy. Sawa. So another thing about the display, make sure that every time you are changing, if today you put a black dress or a different design, please just go inside, take another one so that people can see you have variety. Not just every time what you have displayed is what they see. Change your display time to time. play with your display, because remember, inside the shop you still have so many pieces that if it was up to you, if you had 1,000 dummies, ungezivalisha once so that people can see. But now you, maybe for example, you're having 2 dummies or 3 dummies, so you need to change these clothes time to time so that they can see, because as you're changing these clothes, people are seeing what they want to like and buy. So it's also an advantage for you. So another thing about the display, just make sure if the cloth or the dress or the shirt or the top is bigger than the dummy, try and find some pegs or some pins that you can hold on behind the dummy, so that the cloth looks at least not too baggy, because sometimes ukivalisha too hivyo, it doesn't bring the right picture of that dress. So when somebody passes, ataidharau tu because it doesn't flow with the shape of the dummy. So just try, don't be so, how do I say it, don't be lazy on just working on your display. For me, I really like the display to be perfect, really perfect. I can even change the display like 3 times a day. I'll wait for some few hours, I change, and sometimes it works, because you'll have the same clothes from asubuhi mpaka jioni, maybe it has not been seen, but you give it time until some time, then you change and put some other dresses, and you find there are people who are passing, they're liking the second dresses that you have put on the dummy. So try and utilize the pieces that you have, and try and change your dummy, your clothes on your dummy as frequent as you can. So as we move to the next one is when your customers come to the shop, please do not let them just walk away like that. Don't let them walk away like that. When somebody has bought something from you, just ask the permission. Can I save your number? Because sometimes we usually post when you're opening bills, so that you can be, just use that excuse, so that when you save their number and they save yours, they're able to see the things that you're posting on your WhatsApp status, so they have an idea. This is what Ivy has opened. This is what I'm going to expect when I go. Or maybe it is not something they had budgeted for, but because you've opened and they have seen and they're liking it, they're going to come. So I think maybe on that part of picking numbers should be like first priority, because that is how you're also going to gain clients online, and also you're going to gain clients to try and come back, because they see that this is what you're opening every time. So by posting, they are getting to know Ivy has opened a bale. By posting, they get to know I really didn't want this, but I like this, so I'm going to buy. So make sure you pick those numbers. And I can also say sometimes we also lose our phones. Sometimes we have not backdated our contacts, so we might lose them. So it's also good to just write down those phone numbers. Just have a book that you have your clients' phone numbers, and especially for those people who are buying they're buying clothes and they're putting deposit before. Like I said, the rule of buying a cloth is if somebody is not able to pay on that day the whole cash, they can give you a deposit. For example, if the cloth is 500 shillings, at least a fair deposit can be at 300 bob. So when that person deposits 300 shillings, just write down this phone number, amount, and the balance, so that when you're supposed to, like you are supposed to have like the ultimate days for this person to come and pay the rest of the money. So just try and have those phone numbers down, so that when you're losing your phone, you don't have to struggle looking for your clients again. Sawa. So we move to the next one. Okay, this one, it really works best for me. Have giveaways for your new clients. Personally, for me, this is something that has worked for me, especially for newborn moms. When they shop at my shop, I usually give them, even if it is mittens, even if it is socks. Sometimes you find the swaddles. just give them something bonus. They'll appreciate, because most of them, they really don't, especially the first time moms, they don't know how to go around shopping. So when you're engaging with your client, you're getting to know this person, and you're trying to win that soft spot, so that you're trying to explain so that he or she buys more. So after that buying, somebody buys things for the babies for around maybe 2,000, 3,000. That's a lot of money for somebody who's shopping. So at least just try and give them a bonus to not hurt you anywhere. For you, okay, for somebody else will see like, why I'm going at a loss of one cloth because I want to. You are giving somebody bonus, so this person, that's going to motivate him or her to come back. So try and use tricks to entice your clients to come back to your shop and buy from you. Sawa. Or sometimes you can also have some like something just small to say thank you, like scarves, hats, especially when you're opening these bills, like socks hazishangi mpaka zote. So when somebody buys, unaambia let me just add you these socks ende kwa kusaidia baridi, that person remembers. Let me tell you, you might not see it as important, but that person remembers. For example, if somebody gifts you on your birthday, obviously you're going to remember. So if you can just picture yourself like you're that client, you just went to shop for something and I've added you something that you did not expect. So obviously you're going to be happy, and you still want to come back. So that is also a trick that that is favorable for you to use at your shop. Then have a day of discount offers. If you're following me and you're in my group, I think you understand. I usually have offers when some days have passed after opening the bill. I usually have offers, and offers ni like just discount offers. If you're selling a dress as 500, 10 days zikipita, you are allowed, kama umerudisha pesa ya mzigo, you're allowed to be at 250, 200. Those are discount offers. But also just make sure that you have returned the capital of the bill. You still have some profits, and also through those discount offers, they help your pieces to move, so that mizigo isikae hapo na iko na pesa. Unajua mzigo ikikaa hapo, pesa yako pia imekaa hapo. So at least that helps you to move those pieces at a faster rate. But I'll emphasize, make sure that you have already recovered the capital for your bill. And I think the last thing is just put something cheap. For example, like something cheap. I'm saying at the entrance, put something cheap that, how do I put it, indicate something that is cheaper at the entrance, that is going to entice people to come inside the shop. For example, I'm going to take a picture of what I mean. So for example, for us who have the what do I say it, the clearance wires, or maybe you have a kibanda where you've put the remaining clothes that you want to clear. So for me, I even go as low as 30 shillings. So if you have something outside there that is 50 shillings, 100 bob, 30 shillings, depends with how you want those pieces to clear. And you've already returned your capital, so you're looking just for profits. So when somebody sees something like 50 shillings, this person will really want to stand there and see, hii 50 shillings ni nini, atatafuta. Then mtu anaweza ona maybe sijapata hapa, then akuuliza kuna vitu zingine tia, karibu ndani uangalie. So like the sign of clearance sale 30 shillings, or clearance 50 bob, or clearance 100 shillings, it's inviting people not to be scared. Because let me tell you, the fact is, people are scared when they see clothes, especially Mtumba clothes. They're scared when they see clothes that have been displayed on dummies. They usually assume that they are expensive, and they pass without asking. And when somebody passes without asking, then it means that person is not going to buy. Kuuliza ndio kununua. That is the slogan for business. Kuuliza ndio kununua. So ni njia gani utafanya huyo mtu akuja aulize? Ni hiyo vitu cheap. Hakuna mtu apendi kitu poa na ni cheap. So try as much as possible to entice. And if maybe you have not reached that level of having those to clearance vibandas or the chumas, it's fine. You can still just indicate something. Apple, you say we have offers on dresses. Just write something bold so that people can pass and read and buy from you. So at least this year, try and do something different. I'm also trying to improve on some things that I did wrong last year, and I'll still say that God is always our help. If you don't put your plans, if you don't put everything that is of burden to you to him, your plans are not going to be established. So always remember God. And how are we remembering God in our business? Is through tithing, through thanksgiving. You see, if you're not somebody who always honors God with thanksgiving, I think you're still not maturing. You're still not maturing to how God wants you to serve him with your work. So it's really important. I'm not righteous or anything, but this is also something that I usually read from his word, and I feel sometimes it helps me, because some of you come with different challenges. How do you go about challenges of this and this? So sometimes it's just the small issue of just giving back to God, giving the 10%. It's really hard. It's not easy, but you have to say, how do you say it? You have to make it a priority for you to serve God with your business. If you're not going to serve God with your business, it's not going to grow. And let me tell you, when the challenges come and you have not acknowledged God in your business, trust me, you're going to sink. There are so many challenges that I've had last year, but I thank God, because even for the little that I get, sometimes people just assume. I'm sorry this video has been long, but I hope that you have made it to the end. And if you have made it to the end, then it means this video has been for you. So I'm just saying, sometimes people just assume people who sell bells, they make a lot of money. In some cases, yes. In some seasons, no. So seasons usually just change. So there are those seasons that can be very difficult, even for me. So I am human, and as even Jesus Christ went through hardship, and he was the Son of God. So who are you? Who is Ivy? Who cannot go through the challenges? But what matters? What gets us out of those troubles? It is worshiping God with our businesses. And how do you worship God with your business? By giving tithe, acknowledging him in your business. Sometimes we see like it is our strength. It is not our strength. Do not take advantage of how your shop is flooded when you open bells. Do not take advantage of how your shop people just gather and buy things and they move, and you just say that it is just luck. There is nothing like luck. There is nothing like luck. It is God. It is God's favor. And let me tell you, when God's favor is upon you, there is nothing that you cannot do. So sometimes we really go wrong. When mmekujanga mnanipigia simu and you say that bells zinawaramba and all that, guys, have you tried God? Have you tried Jesus? Have you worshipped God with your business? Try and ask yourself that question. How many times have you tithed? How many times have you skipped tithing? And how many times have you said, genuinely from my heart, I want to be a good tither? Because once you have destined, you have accept that this is something I want to do, not because I'm forced, not because Ivy said, but because I want to worship God. Carry your art of business to worship. So worship God with everything that you have. Do not exclude your business away from it. Do not exclude the money from your business from God. Remember, he's the one who gives us ability to make wealth. So there's so many things. Let me tell you, there's so many things that we are looking for answers that are in the Holy Book. And each and every person have their own beliefs. But I believe that God is only one. We only have one God. And this is the God who made heaven and earth. So if you ever lack wisdom, there is always Proverbs. Go and read Proverbs, you'll understand. It is all there. Especially if you are dealing with loans. Especially, let me tell you, if you're dealing with loans, me, I understand. And I think there's a video I did about loans and all that. You cannot take a loan if you have not prepared how to pay it. But sometimes you're prepared, but things didn't go as expected. But all these things, Proverbs has our answers when you're looking for answers in business. So I'm just saying, acknowledge God in everything. as much as I am giving you all these tips, if you have not acknowledged God, there is nothing that is going to work with you, by the way. And personally for me, when I release a bell or when I send a bell anywhere, I usually say a lot of words and declaration upon that bell, hata ikienda, because there are so many things that happen. This is a spiritual world. We have different spirits, the godly spirits and the darkest or the darkness spirits. So I am a believer that words have power. So I always say words upon those bell. When I open also a bell, I usually talk about I also talk about praying before opening that bell. So just acknowledge God in everything. Even starting this video, I had to pray. Let me tell you something. I started that video and I was just, there was nothing I was saying sensible, and I was like, no, I usually tell myself I have to start with God with everything. So I also honor God with this channel. So I'm just saying we cannot do anything without God. So if you have made it until the end, a book comment on the comment section so that I know that you guys listen. But kama ulionea katikati, then maybe sasa this part, in fact the last part, that is the greatest part. Achana na hiyo ingine. If you honor God, because he says first seek the kingdom of God and all these things will be added to you. So if you don't acknowledge God, if you do not seek God before anything, then there's nothing that is going to be established in your life. Sawa. Thank you so much, guys. Keep on subscribing and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.